So we have updates on the Royal Rumble from last night, as the Royal Rumble was 24 hours ago in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. But we will get to that down the road a little bit because we have other things to get to first. like, like for example, Zelina Vega is actually going to be featured as a commentator in Street Fighter 6. Now, I know absolutely nothing about the Street Fighter franchise, but I do know it is a big deal when people within WWE are featured in projects outside the company. Like, for example, well, somebody doing voiceover work for Street Fighter 6. So props to Zelina Vega for getting that gig and having the opportunity to branch out a little bit outside of WWE. Don't mind me, I got a little bit of allergies, so I'm gonna rough it through. According to a report, there's not much known about the report right now, but what we do know is coming soon we will have an announcement on New Japan Strong, which goes along with the New Japan president a couple of weeks ago saying that they will rebuild New Japan Strong in 2023 because they are ready to put the problems with the pandemic behind them. Because during the pandemic, they had to pretty much focus on local talent and just talent that they had access to, which pretty much limited them from having the opportunity to have anybody with American roots on New Japan Strong. But with that being in the past now, it is clearly something that they are willing to work through a little bit more now, or work a little bit further towards in 2023, where they may build up some other talent on New Japan Strong that aren't necessarily just the localized New Japan stars. And maybe we'll see some more New Japan Strong events, and not just have it where New Japan Strong or New Japan World is where they feature past events and not, like archival footage, and where maybe they start airing more recently recorded programming. So that is a big deal for New Japan Strong as they continue to rebuild that brand, or start to rebuild that brand in 2023. Speaking of a big deal for New Japan, on February the 18th, it is Battle in the Valley, where Okada or Takagi will defend the New Japan IWGP World Championship against an opponent to be determined. 7 days after defending it in a few days after, well, basically Takagi and Okada fight for the belt in Japan on February the 11th, which is rare because usually we don't have that short of a gap between title defenses for the New Japan World Champion. But Mercedes Moné is against Kairi, and a number of other matches are set for the event, including now Fred Rosser, the former Darren Young, against Kenta for the New Japan Strong Openweight title, has been added to February 18th Battle in the Valley event. Fred Rosser has done a wonderful job since starting in New Japan Strong, and really has shown the potential that he never got the opportunity to show in WWE. Speaking of potential, there is still potential within that feud between Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. But Rey Mysterio missed the Royal Rumble last night. According to Dave Meltzer, the reason why Rey missed the Royal Rumble last night is because of an injury. It was not a part of the it was not a part of the story. It was actually because of an injury. Like, he legitimately was injured. No word yet on why, what injury Ray had, or why he officially missed it. But it is very likely that the reason why Ray missed is because he was not medically cleared to compete at the Royal Rumble. But clearly, the company went the route of making it seem like Judgment Day and Dominic took out his father last night to make it seem to further that story and to play into to give them a reason why Ray would not be in the Royal Rumble. My only question, I mean, in legitimate terms, you would think that more than likely that they would have just taken Ray out, but because it added to the story and fit the story that they were doing, it made more sense because if you didn't notice during the Royal Rumble, Dominic actually came out with his father's mask. So it kind of fit that story. But with that being said, that is it for this news video. We got more news to come, specifically fixated on the Royal Rumble and what this means for the road to WrestleMania. For that, though, you will have to wait until the next video, and I will see you then.